Hello everyone, Manafa Collectibles here with yet another Hot Toys comparison video. And today we'll take a look at Captain America from Avengers Endgame and Captain America D23 Exclusive Edition. But before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend FABIO from 16 Enough Is Not Enough for giving me this figure for this comparison. So thank you so much for your support. If you want to follow him, I put the link in the description below. Also, if you are new to the channel and you want to check out the latest Hot Toys releases, posting videos, figure previews, and now comparison videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification icon so you don't miss anything. Alright guys, enough with the talking, we have a lot to talk about these two figures, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, and here we have both figures, and as you can see, I put all the accessories in the front so you guys can see basically everything that we're gonna go over today. We're gonna take a look at both figures, then we're gonna take a look at each of the accessories and see what are the differences and similarities of these two beautiful sets. Now in the front we have Captain America from Avengers Endgame. This is with the head sculpt. Behind him we have the D23, and as you can see at first look, it seems pretty much the same, but there's some minor details on the suit that is really worth to point out, as well as some of the accessories that the D23 came with. So stay tuned for that. Now don't forget to hit the like button please guys. The more you like, the better it's gonna be for the channel, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. Now here we have both Captain American figures. So we have the Captain America Endgame on the left side, and then we have the D23 on the right, and as you can see at first look, they look pretty much almost the same. You can see some weathering on the Captain America from the Avengers Endgame. The D23 looks a bit more wider on the shoulder and of course on the chest. Now you can see the belt and of course the pants and the boots. And here we have Captain America from Avengers Endgame. You can see some weathering here in the chest. The star is a bit bigger as well. You can see the belt, the pants, a very nice weathering as well on the boots. This is the side of the figure. This is the back. I did an unboxing and review of Captain America, so make sure you check it out for more in-depth review. This is the bag with the harness, which I think it does look very nice. The proportions itself looks very good as well. Now taking a look at the D23, you can see some differences here on the chest, and of course the harness. You can see the little belt a bit different. The shoulders are more wider, and as well as the way of the shape of the torso. Moving down, you can see the pants, the boots, some weathering there. This is the back of the figure, pretty much same material, really nothing different. The harness is a bit different as well. This is more narrow and it should be more, I guess, wider, right? Now if you can see side by side, you can see what I'm talking about. The harness, you can see the little belt in the middle of the harness, which is a bit different, and of course you can see some gap here underneath the D23 Captain America, which looks the chest a bit more puffy. Now the star looks a bit bigger from the Endgame compared to the D23, and of course we have some more weathering on the other side. Moving down, you can see the belt. You can see that part there is a bit more exposed, I guess. You can see the knee pads, the sides of the pants, pretty much different on the design wise. You can see this is the back of both figures, pretty much the same boots. This is the back. You can see the belt, which on the Endgame version has 3 buttons that you can take it out. Now the harness is different, as you can see. It actually looks better on the latest release, and of course the head sculpt looks a bit smaller on the newer release, but the D23 also looks very nice. So you can see the neck more exposed on the D23 compared to the newer release. Now moving on to the base, you can see that both are the same shape, different design on the top. Captain America in the front, and at the bottom we have the Marvel logo. If I put it the right orientation, we have the 2020 and of course the 2019, and that's basically it for these two bases. Now moving on to the next accessory, which are the shields. You can see the D23 on the right, the Avengers Endgame on the left. You can see some weathering here in the front as well as on the D23. I would probably say that the D23 shield is a bit more darker on the red and the blue, and as well as the weathering. So let me just match the weathering here. You can see a bit darker, so I kind of like the D23 a bit better for this particular design. Now the back of both shields are pretty much the same, with a very nice chrome paint application and a flat color. Now this is those shields. Now moving on to the next piece, which are the broken shields, which in my opinion are the controversy. Now on the D23 you can see basically exact same shape as the newer release. The difference is the orientation. As you can see, if you put this on, it's gonna be vertical, and that's incorrect according to the movie, so thanks God they fixed that. But if you see it this way, it's basically the same. Now the broken pieces are also exactly the same paint application, maybe a little bit more weathering on the D23, but the difference is that we have some of the belts in the back of the pieces, so that's a very good attention to detail. It wasn't accurate, but I guess Hot Toys tried to make it look the best they could. Nothing else for these two pieces. Now moving on to the hammers, you can see very nice pen application on both. You can see the encryption on the top, and of course the handles. Now one of the biggest difference is that the D23 one is you can light it up, and that's a huge plus. That is a bummer that Hot Toys didn't include the same lighting feature with the regular release, so you can see that very nicely done. Now moving on to the face plates, you can see that on the D23 the skin color is a bit darker. I'm gonna show you the latest release, and as you can see the latest release is more, I guess, wider, right? But the mouth shape is a bit smaller as well. Now it comes with two mouth pieces. You can see this one here with the mouth almost closed, giving you a look of that is angry. Now moving on to the next accessory, these are the compass. As you can see, the D23 is way smaller compared to the newer release, but the design, the overall design and paint application is pretty much the same. So I think Hot Toys stepped up their game and made it more screen accurate. Moving to the next one is the head sculpt, which to me is by far the best head sculpt of Chris Evans in the market. You can see a very nice paint application. I really like the detail on the eyes, of course the paint application on the sculpted hair. You can see a little bit of brown, and of course more of a blonde on the top, looking very nice. Now for the next piece we have the helmet. You can see this piece here with the A and some weathering on the side. I think Hot Toys didn't have to do that, but they did, and we really appreciate they included this accessory. Now that's basically it for the newer Captain America release. Now moving on to the D23, this one here came with the figure, which is the scepter. It came with some lightning effect and of course the Tesseract. So taking a look at this piece, we have some golden and silver. Now moving on, we have the lightning feature, and I really like how this looks with a very nice translucent blue, very similar to the one that came with the Age of Ultron Thor. So that's basically it for this piece. Last but not least, we have the Tesseract, which is just a square plastic piece, basically exactly the same as it came with Loki from Thor Ragnarok. Alright guys, wrapping up here, I have to tell you, both figures are really good. Now, the D23 has some flaws, like the chest is too puffy, the harness is not as screen accurate, same as the broken shield, but other than that guys, I think it is really a good figure. So if you haven't pulled the trigger on this one, by all means you should, if you can find it at a good price, of course. So thank you FABIO for lending me this figure. Now the newer Captain America is by far the best. All the flaws, all the issues was absolutely corrected. The helmet, the paint application, the head sculpts, everything looks spot on. So definitely a must have in your collection. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my Instagram and Facebook group 6Scale Media for anything related 1/6Scale figures, both links in the description below. And if you have some time, check out these two cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.